My Northern Achiever is proudly brought to you by Bonza Rural Bank Limited, Unity, Strength, and Wow.
The movers and the shakers in the Consultative Assembly.
I am a native of Dabo.
Go back to the Holy Quran for solutions. Now the Al Quran of the Shah.
And you'll more Abdul Nasr Imam Mahmoud Al Haji Jibril Imam Mustafa.
Tomorrow's responsibilities will be greater.
The name, you can be sure, emanated.
So why not join me, Abdul-Jalil Naabeli, the son of Musa Kumo, as my guests and I throw you to life-changing stories. Hello, good evening. It is me, Abdul-Jalil Naabeli, on my Northern Achiever on Sagani TV. This is how I bring it to you every Friday night, and it's always a delight coming your way with the program. As always, I have again with me another important personality, a young lady who, against all odds, is making a lot of waves and strides in the country. You know, she's gone international and she's coming from the north, something that is very rare and uncommon amongst we the Northerners, especially when it comes to women. And I'm going to go for a very quick commercial break, but before then, I need to let you know that my Northern Achiever is proudly brought to you by Bonza Rural Bank Limited. Bonza Rural Bank is a bank that you need to bank with. Just go into Bonza Rural Bank, open an account with them, and you will never regret you do. A quick break, and I'm back shortly after we go into the interview.
Yala, nyama, chayele kamya, kapola Bonza Rural Bank shi. Huh? I can Bonza, ayele kamneng mad.
Bonza Rural Bank.
Bonza Rural Bank.
There is an adage in Dagbani that says that if you look down upon a soothsayer in your house, when you need the services of one at midnight, no one will tell you where to go. Bonzale have been with us for over 20 years now. They have never swindled anyone before, so do not be deceived by anyone. Rush now to any Bonzale branch or worker and start trading with them. Bonzale Rural Bank have the following accounts: current account, savings account, salary account, Welma account, Hajj account, Zabuni account, and corporate account, Abida and Shell account, and also fixed deposit account. They also offer loans including individual loan, salary loan, wash loan, microfinance group, salary advance, and many more. They also have SMS alert, ATM with GH Link, eSwitch, Western Union and MoneyGram, Apex Link, and mobile money. Bonzale have branches in Kumbungu, Tamale Main, Lamashegu, Yendi, Karga, Nyampala, Sang, and Charpon with a head office at Kumbungu. Call Bonzale on the following number: 20 My Northern Achiever is proudly brought to you by Bonza Rural Bank Limited, Unity, Strength, and Wow. Thank you so much for holding on with me on my Northern Achiever on Sagani TV. I am Abdul-Jalil Naabeli, son of Musa Kumo. Today, like always, I have another important personality in my midst. And like I said before, she is a female Northern personality, a young woman who, against all odds, is making a lot of strides in the business arena in the country. And she was one of the 40 under 40 nominees in 2019. And, you know, what more can you talk about such a personality if not to praise and eulogize her, to encourage her to do more? My guest today is none other than Adama, Radia Adama Saani, the CEO of Moontouch Travel Ltd. Adama, in fact, I don't know whether the Adama is a surname or
no.
It's part of your name.
Yes, okay. Radia and Adama are all my first names, okay, so and Saani is my surname.
Okay, yes. Okay. So in fact, Timina Adama mbala to ndongo man, and it's Adagam binkunyo. The ba the temshako ina Adagam binkunyo ka ole kupoma hale ntutunye dadam so be business pune ka o will do pam chanton do ya dunya za bamila wayala nta o company ma will bo Moontouch Travel Limited. Chati chana to boanya tunko am chirego tisham yam kamane yapuluka yisna and dundon de neka yina hale to zulu mpaga mpasha moma
so mpaya pam gusha ka do ama gusha pa anyama kan lanye wuli apa agbaya yozo gusha ma mba yila wuli ana ko dale kana tijin gusha ni ko mitima ka be marry ka be do atiza gusha ma mini siblings za So Gushama katibe kanti labna tamalinti chang Tishigu Anglican Primary School. Ama kantila lab Gushama yapa mini yabzo. No kumil bati yai. So Gushama dumunatinam young kubama Gushena Zakari young nyama. So Gusha nabi pongun kunyamane. Mayel plum balama. Ka mabayel plumini karga. Kodna maami yangi nyama. So karga nabi pongel na nyama ya. So kambami yi wule apuluna. So wule aliman yil nam nyati. Kati yi wule ana.
To chat na kubedu ndongo mapfune. Wumsir bokare le nya 2 minutes din chakambo angoma atatapto pambe tetudu wana. Karkunya ya po te paga ni na pasha mo ba di pala do bako mo ma tarta na ala o chamu te pe wela mfune wum serdin kan ndale ji kulinya hale kan jago te biyar konko kace atama
ya man yara nda kulubela primary school ka baba ya ala Saani idi former MP for Wulensi former deputy minister for water resources works and housing undala nye DC bimbla former DC ya. So mayuli ajai abukari so kami ugusha min karake min tamaliza ajai. So mbaba he always believe in education. Actually 3 primary schools come in Changba, Tishigu Anglican, Gusheigu LA Primary School, and then Holy Child Primary School in Sakumono, Accra. Nikan Chang back complete primary, Katri JSS in Naabeli Akamza. Mba wunda ku yaptu tam school man kunyale. Danger na every form of investment kamo ya nanzangpa education pulu. Wonang le won set ma up ma. Kazo tinya ni dadam sozoma. It's all the whole credit goes to my mom and my dad. Understand ya? So zongo mi baba wonlan ko nya vile no onya ole bangda adam so ni pal yabge abang lala. So ben especially man pakta bon ma bon ko jia be dundona ni intani be shakam simsinar kunyala babana mi be manma kawnage na schools bi kuna SS ngba ben tan ben nala shukurma kai pajia ku guld do yil kundi yeto anabo bonma I mbaba ngunda be training tilala ngunda ku training me with good moral background and good educational background ozada be to school yeto an pam so munun ku chan liab ni liab suzon.
You know, it's intriguing to know that your father was the former MP for Wulensi, because I remember he had a house around Kuku Ganasco area that day. Yes, during my days at Ganasco, I had a friend, Faisal.
Okay.
I don't know where he is now. In fact, since 2005, when we finished, I've never set my eyes on him again. You know, and we used to go there a lot, and so may Allah be pleased with his soul. But now, let's come to talk about your education background. But before then, are you married?
I'm married with 1 child.
Ah, shit. You know, I'm sure a lot of people at home would say same. Because they would have been wishing that you don't have a husband so that they can easily snap you. So, in fact, Radia is not available. So go and look for whoever you want to look for. But let's come to talk about education. How did you start your education? I know you started from Tishigu Anglican. What happened? Why did you have to move to another primary school and then to another before? What happened?
I was more like missing my grandparents in Gusheigu, so I just had to run to them. And then, because my dad really cares so much about my education and all that, so he actually just had to move me to Accra. So I started from primary 6, from Holy Child Primary School, then Holy Child JSS in Sakumono. It was after that I went to Abri Girls. Yes, Abri Girls. Yeah, the famous Abri Girls. So from Abri Girls, and I went to Morocco under scholarship to study tourism.
What subjects did you study at Abri Girls?
Business. Wow. So that's why the whole business thing started.
Not many people believe that I also studied business back in school at Ganasco, because they feel that I don't look like someone who did business. they think I am an art student, but I'm actually a pure business student. I only switched into arts when I went to UDS and read for my communication. But the reason why I asked about this is that how has the fact that you did business, you read business at senior high school, how has it helped you? How has it groomed you?
Studying business in Every Girls, most of the times during my economics class, our economics teacher, Mr. Osaidente, may God be pleased with his soul, he used to really talk to us a lot about the outside world and the challenges that we face outside. And during his lessons, most of the times, I end up just daydreaming about how one day I'm going to build a very big hotel and call it a castle. Sometimes I daydream about one day how I'm going to build a very big shea butter factory in the north because we have the raw product which is just being wasted and all that. I used to have lots of ideas about certain things that I wanted to do when I grow up. As young as I was, about 15, 16 years, and I was already having that kind of entrepreneurship mindset, you understand? And so direct from there, and fortunately when I went to Morocco, I studied tourism and hospitality management, which is also a purely business course, in fact. And so going into professional courses, actually, it's the best thing to do now.
And so you went to Morocco. Which university was that?
University Abdul-Jalil Saadi.
Wow. And you studied tourism and...
I used 1 year to study French language. In fact, it was very challenging, but I sailed through. I see. Yes, because I had to study in French language.
Comment tu t'appelles?
Je m'appelle Radia.
Oh, okay. Now you know that I can also speak French.
Est-ce que tu parles français?
Oui.
Bien. All right, so I actually had to do my whole university course in French language. Okay. Every subject in French language. And I had just 1 year to study the French. Okay. So just imagine somebody speaking English all her life and gets to university, let's say Legon, and someone having to come from Togo who doesn't know anything in English and just have to use 1 year to learn English and join those in Legon to study the same program. Wow. So it was really challenging, but that was where I really believed in myself. That no matter the challenge that has been thrown to me, I can always sail through. And fortunately, I wasn't alone. We had lots of colleagues from Ghana, classmates and all that. So we're in this together.
So it's the same 4 years course.
Yes.
But because you were alien to French and their language is French there, you were now asked to study French for a year so that at least you can get acclimatized to the conditions there.
Right. Yeah. So I ended up staying in Morocco for 5 years. Okay. Yes, to read my program. Wow. And it was very challenging. That was one of the things that my dad taught me, to be able to face the outside world. Because I lived in Morocco all alone, went through everything by myself without my parents with me. I studied in UK all by myself without my parents being with me. And
now, when we were talking about French, I remembered something. You know, when we went to UDS for our first year, we were supposed to study French. It was an elective actually, and then I had a friend, Moontouch, and we were always together. Right. Now, our French master was telling us, like, he was comment tu t'appelles. Then he said, je m'appelle, then you call your name. Okay. Now, and he was giving out an example, and he said, je m'appelle Kumbazele Neru. And my friend thought the Kumbazele Neru is also French. So when it came to him, he said, je m'appelle Kumbazele Neru without you. You know? You know? So, in fact, French is quite interesting, but it's not easy to learn if you are not focused. Yes, right. But let's talk about the university in Morocco a little more. Now, what were some of the challenges you faced? Because you were a foreigner in another land, studying, trying to get a degree. What difference was there between being in Morocco and being in Ghana?
If I have to give you my Morocco book, it won't end it today. Wow. The experience was great. The experience, basically, Morocco actually made me who I am today. I think that with my experience in Morocco, I can face anything in this world. Yes, it wasn't really a place to suffer. art. It was a very, and Morocco is a very beautiful country, to be very honest. It's a very nice place and all that. But for the fact that you are in a foreign land and you have to study there and all that, there were certain times that allowances were not coming as students, and you have to manage on your own. So it came over. And then the language too at the start was a problem, but you overcome it later on. You have to go and look for your own apartment, your own place to stay. Sometimes you close from school and you have to be roaming to look for an apartment, look for mates that you share apartment with and all that. But nonetheless, there were so many other activities that we indulge in as students that really... No, actually, we're not working. We're just schooling.
Okay. But things that will make the whole thing exciting.
Right. Wow. But I studied a professional course. That's tourism and hospitality, and so we used to do attachments alongside. So it's more like work and school. The only difference is that you don't get paid, but you get the work experience. So I actually worked in about 4 different hotels in Morocco before I actually came home.
Did you study any small Arabic?
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course. I did a bit of Arabic.
How fluent is your Arab?
Well, it's just the basic Arabic, actually. Yes. I don't
want to embarrass myself.
Arabic.
I don't want to embarrass myself. So we'll just leave it there. After Kefa, look, I don't know anything like it. Okay. But let's come to talk a little more about something sensitive. Right. Do you have friends?
Friends? Yeah. I do have friends.
How many more female friends than male friends?
I have both male friends and female. I actually have very few friends.
How I'm asking this because a lot of the times females usually will get influenced by their friends, and mostly the perception.
Let me catch you there. I choose my friends. My friends don't choose me. Wow. So before you actually move along with someone, you actually have to know that that person will have a positive impact in your life. You understand? If you go and be in a camp of certain people that they don't. I read recently on Facebook someone saying, if you can't call that friend to borrow 15,000 cedis when you are in need, then you have to change your friend. I'm not saying that you should go out to look for rich friends, actually, but of course you have to have the company of friends that can have positive influence in your life, in terms of business, in terms of academic, in terms of everything else. And yes, because
I believe that a lot of my young women watching right about now are learning from this. Don't let your friends choose you, choose them. If you have a friend that is not, but sometimes, okay, so if you have a bad influence on,
and I'm very loyal to my friends.
And how has that helped you as an individual? How has that helped you, choosing your friends wisely and being selective, and also having little friends, or so to speak, few friends?
The truth is that it helps you save time. Because if you're a very busy person and you have so many friends all around you, imagine a friend having an occasion, you have to be there, and tomorrow another person occasion.
So if you don't go to their occasions, who will come to your own?
Yes, I understand. Social life is very important, you understand. But what I'm trying to say is that when you have so many friends, you have to call on them to check on them. There's no time.
No, I was asking this because, but it doesn't actually, it all adds up to nothing, actually. It all adds up to nothing. But now let's continue with the education. Did you go further after Morocco, after Abdul-Malik University in Morocco, Saadi University in Morocco? Did you further your education, or that is where you stopped for now?
No, I actually did. Okay. So I continued to the UK. No, from Morocco I came to Ghana. And I came to serve national service. Yes, and I actually worked for with GACL, Ghana Airport Company Limited. Okay. So I did my service at the airport, and then which was in line with my program of study and all that. So
then we'll come to talk a lot more about work experiences. But then after your working experiences at the Ghana airport, then you were employed there, right? For some time.
No, I was employed by Kenya Airways.
Kenya Airways.
Yes,
Okay.
as
air hostess.
yes, flight attendant or cabin crew.
Wow. Wow. That is the interesting part about your life that I
Okay, so let's come back to your question was where I moved
talk
to
about it. Yes, yes. Now, from Morocco,
Okay.
which other certificates did you acquire
Okay.
right up to now?
Actually, in Morocco, I acquired both English diploma.
Okay.
So diploma and
French is diploma.
diploma, yes. So diploma and degree,
Okay.
and that was why I spent 4 years to achieve that. And then after that, I went to the UK, Sheffield Hallam University, to do my masters in international hospitality and tourism management.
Wow.
Yeah. So
At 33.
no, I'm 33 years now.
Yes, I'm saying that at 33 you have these certificates.
Yes, yeah. I did my master's 2 years ago in in the UK. I graduated 2 years ago.
I don't want to admire you so that your husband will beat me, but you will talk about it off air. But let's now come to talk a little about, work experiences. But before then, I would like to go for a very quick commercial break. I think we've been talking for so long, and so we'll have to go for a very quick commercial break. We'll be back shortly after, and then we'll talk about Radia's, work experiences and the working environment, how it is like. And she's an entrepreneur, a CEO at that matter, for that matter. And so we'll come back, talk a lot more about all of this and more. We'll be back shortly after this break.
Vocation lari bankene. Ya kama ita in ka sibo larma. Relax kana. Kiza larma atandi. Ba sura fa. Bubu banken ye. Kan yela. Nyama. Cha yele kamya. Ka bola bonza rula bank shi. Hein? Ai tan bonza le. Ayele kam ning maade. Bonza rula bank. Bonza rula bank.
There is an adage in Dagbani that says that if you look down upon a soothsayer in your house, when you need the services of one at midnight, no one will tell you where to go. Bonzele have been with us for over 20 years now. They have never swindled anyone before, so do not be deceived by anyone. Rush now to any Bonzele branch or worker and start trading with them. Bonzele Rural Bank have the following accounts: current account, savings account, salary account, Walima account, Hajj account, Zabuni account, and corporate account, Abida and Shell account, and also fixed deposit account. They also offer loans including individual loan, salary loan, wash loan, microfinance group, salary advance, and many more. They also have SMS alert, ATM with GH Link, EaseReach, Western Union and MoneyGram, Apex Link, and mobile money. Bonzali have branches in Kumbungu, Tamale Main, Lamashegu, Yendi, Karga, Nyampala, Sang, and Charpone with a head office at Kumbungu. Call Bonzali on the following number:
'Tintinasara, My Northern Achiever is proudly brought to you by Bonzali Rural Bank Limited. Unity, strength, and wow.
Thank you so very much for staying on with me on My Northern Achiever on Sagani TV. My name is Abdul-Jalil Naabeli. I am a son of Musa Kumo, and we're having a very, very interesting conversation here with Radia, Adama, Saani, and in fact, Bonzali Rural Bank Limited is proud sponsor of My Northern Achiever. And later today or later tonight, we are going to, have a Bonzali officer, giving us a lot more tips about what Bonzali is about and how you can benefit from Bonzali Rural Bank. So don't switch your channel, just leave it locked up here on Sagani TV. Now, let's come to talk a lot more about your work experiences. Right after Morocco, your first degree in tourism, you did your national service at the airports.
Yeah.
Now, how was it like, and how has your national service, given you a head start to making you who you are today? Because I ask this because a lot of the times people don't see the usefulness of national service. Yes.
It's very important, but the very truth is that national service will have a great positive impact in your life based on where you do your national service. But whatever be the case, work experience is very important. So even if you are in the classroom teaching as a national service personnel, the work experience you gain from there and the networking, the people you meet there would go a long way to help you one day. So one way or the other, national service is very important. My days at the airport, you know, aviation has always been my passion, and that was the main reason why I decided to even read my programs in that regards. Working at the the airport, you know, having the chance to serve all airlines as customer service personnel, you know, it was a great thing to do. And assisting passengers, sometimes you just get someone that will come to the airport, especially first-time travelers. In fact, immediately they enter, they just get confused. You know, sometimes the airport can really be very confusing. And so assisting them through their travel procedures and all that, it gives you some inner joy as well, you know. And I had very good relationship with my colleagues at the airport. And I always believe in networking. There are many of them that I still have contact with, that we still talk one way or the other. I really enjoy my national service so much that even we're supposed to go on leave and I actually did not know. I came to work. And my supervisor was like, Radia, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be on leave today. And I was like, really? Is that so? Okay, please, just let me work. Let me end the shifts and go home. She said, no, I don't want trouble. Just pack your things and go home. You're on leave. I really enjoyed my stay at the airport, you know. The airport is
right after the national service, was it right after that you got employed by Kenya Airlines?
Okay, so let me tell you one secret. Once I was still in school, I was already job hunting. And a friend actually showed me an advert from
back there in Morocco, when you were in Morocco.
When I was about to complete school and come home, I was already job hunting. There was a time a very good friend of mine, Citizen Mo, he actually sent me an advert by Kenya Airways employing people for cabin crew. So I applied, and it was just my hope that when I actually get the job, it would somehow it would serve as my national service period as well once I continue and all that. But the recruitment process actually took a very long time. It took a phase of 1 year. It was over 600 applicants. They shortlisted us to 200. After 2 interviews, they shortlisted us to 50 people. After that, we moved down to 20 people, and all these steps, I was part of it. So whilst I was doing my national service, I was granting my interviews and preparing for Kenya Airways. And so immediately national service was over, Kenya Airways was also ready for us to work. And so I didn't even stay home for about a week. So I just went straight to begin my trainings. And to start my training, went over to Nairobi to continue some trainings there as cabin crew and all that.
And then life started proper for you there?
Yeah, actually.
Wow. And now let's come to talk about that particular job. But before then, you know, I want to let every youth watching right about now to know that, you know, this is a strategy Radia took, and it helped a lot. Whilst you are in school, you are in level 400, and you know that in a very few months to come, you are completing. Why not start job hunting? Don't wait until when you are, somebody is even doing national service and they say, oh, let me wait. When I finish national service, then I'll now start looking for a job. Right. It may be too late for you. So it's a good strategy, and I think that people should learn from this. But, you know, what is a cabin crew? What does it mean? You know, here, usually when I see those people in the movie and in the airplanes, you know, I always look at them. They usually will select you a very beautiful lady, and you know, when you look at them, if you are angry, you cool your nerves. You know. So, what is it all about?
Well, cabin crew job is actually, that's another term for flight attendants, yes. Right? Yes. So it's basically working in the airplane, so serving passengers on board and taking care of security and safety features of the aircraft and all that. Most people actually think that cabin crew or flight attendant job is just about dressing a nice uniform and carrying our bags and serving on board. To us, it's the last thing on our mind. The services on board is the least thing that we take. Well, it's very important though, but it's safety and security is our main job. Taking care of the aircraft whilst it's in the air is our job. Together with the captains, the first officer and the captain, that's the pilots and all that. We take care of the doors. We take care of oxygens in the aircraft and all that in case of decompression, in case of hijacking or anything that has to be, or crash landing or something where you have to do to save your passengers. A lot. We went through a lot of trainings. And and the truth is that I'm not trying to blow my own horns, but the truth, I know there are lots of young people that actually approach me that they want to be cabin crew. I should guide them through. There are certain times that I can't just ask you, are you intelligent or you're not intelligent? But the truth is that you must be intelligent. If you are not intelligent, you can't do that job. Because the training that you have to go through, the examinations that you have to write, the things that you have to keep in your mind in order to safeguard the aircraft and the over 500 passengers or 400 passengers on board, it's just a lot. And during the training, your pass mark is 90. If you get anything less than 90, you are totally out.
Out of 100.
You can't even get a job.
What a wicked
So it
exam.
takes lots of intelligence in order to become a cabin crew. If you are so forgetful, if you are so negligent, if you are so careless, you can never ever achieve to become a cabin crew.
I want you to actually, mama. Cabin crew ma ala plane. I could try ala plane. They are doing a film. Can you ala plane kapa actually could you now charangenda.
So to current the mobile and pure flights.
So we are to now.
To drivers, when we have a flight and your driver comes to pick you on your way to the airport, you are having your security or your safety book with you, a little book, and you are reading alongside whilst you are going. Because sometimes during briefing by the captain, he will just ask certain security questions, like in case of fire outbreak, what are the steps? If you are there fumbling or you are now sitting down to think and remember what to do, the steps and all that, they'll deplane you. You are not fit for that flight that very day. You have to go home. So there are certain times that on your way to the airport, you are even still trying to remember your steps in certain things. But it comes with the experience. At certain stage, everything gets on your fingertips.
As you work on the job, you get to
Exactly.
But let's come to talk about how lucrative such a job is. You know, hopping from one country to the other, one city to the other. For me, it's that alone. But I don't know. Do you get the chance to be able to, you know, tour some of these cities when you get there?
You do, but it's based on your schedule. For instance, when we used to go to Nairobi, you actually do a layover. Okay. So you get there in the morning and you have to stay over, rest. So the next day you fly back. So you have enough time to be able to go and move around, do shopping and all that. But there were certain flights, for instance, when you have to go to Freetown or Monrovia or certain destinations, you just get there, pick the passengers again and move. And so you wouldn't really get a chance.
Especially when it is a transit.
Yeah, but as cabin crew, you're always privileged to rebate tickets actually with your family yearly, where you can decide to have holiday trips to any destination you want.
And then we are family.
Free tickets.
We are family. We are family. We'll go to, I'm your brother.
I'm no longer a cabin crew. I'm no longer a
I'm your brother. Oh shit. I would have been your brother today so that at least you go to the Bahamas and also enjoy the Caribbean. In fact, I love those places. But let's come to talk about the pay. That's where I'm coming.
Okay. I'm not in a position to mention figures.
Yes, but how lucrative it is it?
Depends on the airline. It depends on the airline, but there are certain basic things like certain allowances that it cuts across, you know, like the layover allowance, for instance. Anytime you sleep outside your country, you are paid for that. There was a friend of mine that used to tell me she's always jealous of me because it seems like I'm traveling the world for free of charge without paying for tickets. At the same time, I'm getting paid for the job. Exactly. You know, and you have to be in a 5-star hotel or a 4-star hotel minimum. It's just IATA standard. You can't be in any less star hotel. So
intriguing. And so from that job at the Kenya Airlines, what next? What happened? Why did you leave there and how did it happen?
In fact, well, I had my child after 3 years of flying. So it was actually very difficult to get back. My colleagues do, but you know, when you are home for a while, you have to go for trainings in Nairobi for refresher courses and all that. And I feel he was so very little. And yes, and I got to a time where I realized even I have to go with my mom to take care of the baby whilst I'm doing my trainings and all that. It was causing some kind of discomfort and all that. And at the same time, I was also preparing for my master's program in the UK. And so there was really no need to go back, and a few months time you tell them you are resigning to go to school, because it's not like government work where you take work leave to go to school. You have to totally resign to go to school.
It was time for you to take up a new challenge.
A new challenge, and to actually advance in my educational level.
So from school, you now got your master's. Yeah. And when you got it and came back, what did you do with it? What happened?
That's a very interesting question. You know, the society, or let me say, our minds have been tuned to the fact that we just have to do the traditional things: go to school, finish school, look for a job, start working. And so if you look for a job for about 2-3 years and you're not getting, you give up, you just stay home, you start depending on family members and all that. No way, no way, no way. You always have to learn skills, but most importantly, to be very honest, going into professional courses is the best way to handle today's world. Wow. Because, you know, technology is advancing now, and everything is moving fast in life now. The world is moving fast, and for me, wherever the world is moving to, I want to be there. You understand? And so there are certain programs people go and read. Like it's so saturated in the market already, and you finish. Thousands or millions of people have the same certificates, and they're all job hunting, and you just join them. But if you go into engineering, into aviation, into certain professional courses, there's no way you would finish, and one way or the other, you would really suffer to have a job. And even if that happens, based on the skills you've acquired through your program and all that, you can set up something for yourself. It's not just about always waiting to get a job and being paid for, yes. You understand? Yeah. So, in fact, I actually started my company whilst I was still doing my master's. I hadn't finished yet. Okay. And I actually even had inspiration to begin my company, the Moontouch Travel, through school assignments.
So how did it happen? Like what came into your mind? Or was it something that happened that triggered the fact that you have to set up Moontouch?
Yes, of course. What actually happened was, you know, my program is more like a business program. So there are actual business courses that we do alongside. So we have business strategy, and UK education is such a way that, in fact, people don't just respect British certificates for nothing, but for the fact that it actually empowers you into the professional world. It's not just about book, study things, chew and pour, write examination, and end it there. Whatever that you are doing it practically. So there was actually a school assignment for us where we needed to do feasibility study on any business related course. Like set up a company that is in line with your program. So you can think of setting up a hotel or a travel agent or something. So through the assignments, I actually had to contact a franchise company, a travel company in UK, to make some inquiries and get information about how to partner with them and all that. Everything had to, it's assignment, all right, but everything had to look so realistic. And so through that, I didn't even disclose to them I was a student. I was very serious that I wanted to partner with them. And they sent me all their company information, everything. And I just took it and completed my assignments because that was just what I needed. But you know, once they have your email, they will end it there. They will be in touch with you. So there was a time they had a travel show in Manchester, and I was sent an invitation to go. Unfortunately, whilst I was schooling in UK, I was working. So unfortunately, I had work that time. And I replied them that I'll be glad to be at their program, but unfortunately, I won't be available that day. And they replied back that, okay, fine, there's no problem. They can have a Skype meeting with me where we will discuss exactly what would have been discussed during the conference. So we scheduled time and everything, and we took it over. And the travel manager came on, and we spoke and all that. And he told me more about Horizon Travel and the partners, the franchise partners in every country and all that. And it was at that point that I actually began taking everything serious. You know, and the capital that was involved to be able to franchise with them and all that, as a student, I was working, and so I was capable to pay for all those things. They set up my website for me, set up everything else for me, and that was just how Moontouch Travel began. So there was a time I went back to the UK. I went to my university and I met my lecturer, and I told him that assignment you gave us, it actually led me into opening a company, and he was so impressed about it.
Wow. And so, of all names, why Moontouch? Somebody would have wanted to say Radia Adama Travel Ltd. You know, why Moontouch?
Moontouch. Just look at the word Moontouch. Where does it go? You go as far as touching the moon, but in all sense, it was actually an inspiration. Yeah, it was an inspiration. It was I just slept and that word actually came on my mind. It was an inspiration.
But let's look at what you do at Moontouch. You know, what are the things that you do? What are the things that you do there at Moontouch?
Moontouch Travel. So we are a travel agent. We are into flight tickets, domestic tickets and international tickets, and we are into tour packages. So we do all the arrange tours for people. We send people over to Singapore, to Dubai, to any destination in the world that you would want to go.
If I'm going to marry and I want to go on a honeymoon, I can just say the destination I want, the number of days I want to spend. Then you would look at,
and you just sit down and fold your arms, and we'll arrange everything for you and send you there. We'll arrange for them to pick you from the airport to your hotel. Yes, just pay for it, and we'll give you the best of services. We'll just arrange everything for you till you get back to Ghana. And many of our clients are so happy. Most of them are even this COVID season.
How long have you been doing this? How long have you been doing it?
2.5 years now since I established it in Ghana. Wow. But back in UK, Moontouch has been like 3.5 years.
So
I started as
it started in UK.
As a online travel agent.
Do you have a UK citizenship?
No, I don't. So but I was a student, and I had the right to stay and all that. So
wow. I'm
so
really,
it's more like a UK Ghanaian company.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So are you planning to expand it? Probably maybe getting a branch of Moontouch Travel Ltd to Tamale or other parts of the country?
Of course, for every business, expansion should be your main mission. If you are into business and it's just about having an idea to stick to one particular thing or one location, then it means you are actually not even an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is actually just identifying a problem or a need in a society and think of what solution to bring to them. And so, but actually, travel service is such a way that it's more about communication. So it's really not about the physical location. We have an office at Spintex Road, but we have lots of clients from Tamale. We have lots of clients from Kumasi, Takwa, a lot of places that, you know, they've never even been to our office, but we serve them every time. We prepare their tickets for them every time to travel, for the tour packages and all that. And we are into visa assistance too, airport services and things. So, well, if there's a need with time, we will think of, but I'm an entrepreneur. There's no need saying on television about my future plans and all that. Don't let others poach my ideas. So there's more to come.
But I guess you are making a lot of money anyways.
Should I say yes or no?
Say what it is.
Excuse you?
All right, so Charlie, this is where we are going to go for another quick breather. We are at Ghana Hotel. Ghana Hotel is actually the best hotel you can ever find around here in the north. No hotel can match its, capabilities. At Ghana Hotel, everything you need is just home away from home. So wherever you are, whenever you want to come into Tamale or the north, think of Ghana Hotel. And if you are even in the north in Tamale and you want somewhere to relax, somewhere to go away from the children and have, a small meditation and other stuff, just come to Ghana Hotel, cool yourself down, and then go back into the house, feel more refreshed so that your wife and children will be happy with you. Bonzale Rural Bank Limited is a proud sponsor of My Northern Achiever. We can only say thank you so much, Bonzale, for standing behind us and making sure that My Northern Achiever is always aired on Sagani TV. And so we are going to go for a quick commercial break, and so we'll be back right after that and conclude on this session.
Back manager, Zanma. Maka ya kado jama. Ko so am berkat la bora, je song ma. So links ma ba. Anyi division ma ya. Na so agban je la ma. Waka so lari bankne. Ya kamata in ka tibo la ma. Links kana. Kizan la ma tandi. Pa so rafa. Bu bankin ye. Kan yala. Nyama. Cha yalla kamya. Kabola bonza rula bank shi. I can bonzale. I yell come nang mag. Bonzarula bank.
There is an adage in Dagbani that says that if you look down upon a soothsayer in your house, when you need the services of one at midnight, no one will tell you where to go. Bonzale have been with us for over 20 years now. They have never swindled anyone before, so do not be deceived by anyone. Rush now to any Bonzale branch or worker and start trading with them. Bonzale Rural Bank have the following accounts: current account, savings account, salary account, Welma account, Hajj account, Zabuni account, and corporate account, Abida and Shell account, and also fixed deposit account. They also offer loans including individual loan, salary loan, wash loan, microfinance group, salary advance, and many more. They also have SMS alert, ATM with GH Link, EaseReach, Western Union and MoneyGram, Apex Link, and mobile money. Bonzale have branches in Kumbungu, Tamale Main, Lamashegu, Yendi, Karga, Nyampala, Sang, and Charpon with the head office at Kumbungu. Call Bonzale on the following number:
Papa now. Mangbaza ada accounts. Pabela Bonza Rural Bank. So tuna for ada accounts be man. Bonza Rural Bank.
Bonzale Rural Bank Limited, unity, strength, and wealth.
My Northern Achiever is proudly brought to you by Bonzale Rural Bank Limited, unity, strength, and wealth.
Thank you so very much for staying on with me on My Northern Achiever on Sagani TV. I am Abdul-Jalil, the son of Musa Kumo, and today I'm having a wonderful conversation with Radia Adama Saani. She is the CEO of Moontouch Travel Ltd. They are into ticketing and everything about tourism. In fact, if you just walk into Moontouch, they are going to be able to, speak to you and, get your problems solved. Now, let's come to talk a little more about yourself before we, end this particular session today. Everyone who really wants to be successful in life would have some principles that they follow. So what are some of the principles, your life principles, that you have lived with all through your life up to where you are today?
Okay, so I think in this regard, I will just use my own personal attributes. Sure. I'm someone who is not lazy, and so I do not tolerate laziness in life. And everyone that I work with, if you are lazy, I can't even go with you. And even my family know me for that. I'm very hardworking, and if you are lazy, there's no way you can make it in life. I like smartness. You need to really be focused and very smart in things that you deal with, especially in my work. Maybe, let me say, my choice of career has groomed you into being smartness and no tolerance for mistakes. Because aviation is such a way that once you make a mistake with anything, it can go a long way to affect someone's schedule of travel and everything. Even if there's supposed to be I somewhere, you put one there, it can cause a lot of mess.
So have you ever had such a situation where you made a mistake that was quite costly?
Yeah, a few times, yeah. Everyone makes mistakes, and sometimes mistakes are good. You learn from your mistakes. There's no one that would work without any mistakes. But most important is to minimize your mistakes. Yeah. Or when you make a mistake, you actually just learn from it. Exactly.
But so let's continue from there. You are a hardworking person. You are smart. So that means that if you are a young lady or a young guy
growing up, you must be hardworking, you must be smart. And then, are there the two main things that you have always worked with? Or
yeah, the smartness, and that's the part I talked about, not making much mistakes during work and all that. And then most importantly, the third aspect is you must be very prayerful. You must be very close to God in every aspect of life. There is no way you can move forward when you ignore God. And that is what is moving me. That is what is keeping me moving. You must be very close to your God, be very prayerful, and you move mountains with it. Yeah.
now let's come to now talk about. In fact, it's interesting, it's intriguing. She's a young lady, and she's got these great convictions. And I believe that it's only a smart person who can actually think like she's doing. And so we can only say thank you for sharing all of this with us. But in the north here, those were pamka and yakamani kata pasara in Nachimba, especially pasarama ka okubiane nkunye jamilo kame yana soro bolo jamilo because oya mala boyfriends into pa 4 be 5 umbo su okpam umbo su perfume umbo no to da moto to be at least go drivers and ndire bia to la let da moto, you know, I you that bia go mas sa zelon ko din ka mai na zanta because bilan mai kan ba pamela ba asar shamno yarawa in ya na sasu go ya no mun ne ya ka yan sasu but zelon ko din ka mai na zanta ba ne kamana la labja aguma da bujala ka wura ka yan yaba ka to zon yi la labja aguma
anya pa the woman ni kwa mama be dwell dab in ye bin shao zang developer abman be sha be sharp perception commanded pa when you to could pa stay shelly be all achieve so much. It means that she didn't just achieve it by her own efforts and her own intelligence or anything. Dabanzong odon halbakot na pa last stage ma no okay mama personal life managing experience lala bin yara so. And once people have been able to make it in life, or they are making it in life without involving themselves in those kind of immoralities, actually mean that that's not, even those who involve themselves in immoralities and because they don't have any positive impact in their life. And to my fellow women, the truth is that marriage is good. You must marry. But please marry when you have developed yourself. Zungo dunia ma. Ay kulijian, shabdian bi kuna secondary school, marriage yala kabantara, so da bi kun marry ma, bi yidanam niyan leroba, kabodoya, bi danam timbal ba man naando ba, abang wushama. Because, but when you marry, when you develop yourself, and before you marry, you know, we are in a very challenging world now, and you must be able to embrace yourself with skills. But how do the palace kurma kulinyale? But how kulma skills shall not on your own. But halila be yaramaba. Move from that. You know, be very, very creative. So come the la tailor, me hairdressing ma. Number shall come on. I'll pulling your best in the town. So but none the lalabani. And that will move you. So I none the labi a kakpang dama, I nye pa kakpang dama. Come marry. Hali a family mama and trala jilma. Aida mama, you have value for when you add value to yourself, you know, you would be, you understand, you would you'll be relevant to your husband, the society, your family, you know. At the same time, you'll be inspiring others to be who you are, or even to be more than who you are. Yeah.
Wow. I think a word to the wise is always enough. And whoever is watching, if you are a young woman, take Radia as an example. You know, to own a travel and tour agency is not a day, you know, it's not a joke. And so for me, I can only eulogize her for what she's doing and to encourage her to keep on doing what she's doing. And we hope and pray and believe that in the next few years, we will call her back here to celebrate with her on a lot more successes that will come
her way. But how has COVID-19 affected your businesses, especially in the aviation and tourism industry?
What is going on in our aviation at the moment? The borders are so closed. Yes, it's still not open, but we've started operating for the domestic. So one way or the other, we are doing some sales for now, and we are just hopeful that what will be the case, health first. We can't just say because we just want to start making the monies again and all that, and so we need to put pressure for the borders to be open. The president knows what he is doing, and he's protecting the citizens. And so at the right time, when the borders are open, we'll be able to operate again. We've been hugely affected. We're the very first sector to be hit by this, and almost everyone else has gone back to work, except aviation and even sports they have started, even education they have started. But aviation is still there, struggling. So
now, let's take your final words to whoever is watching you right about now. What do you have to tell everybody?
Okay, in terms of self-development, I would advise that people try to not stick to one particular thing that they do. You need to develop yourself, your skills in other areas. I was having a Zoom meeting some time ago where I told them that actually you don't, sometimes probably in a bank, someone has been a teller for about 20 years, 30 years, and still with that same post. Now, lots of things are changing. Technology is taking over work now in terms of human work. So if you don't advance yourself in other areas and you just stick to one particular thing, and your company is revolving and they have to change things, because every company or every entrepreneur would like to do certain things that would benefit them. So if I have to employ someone, I wouldn't employ someone with just one skill. I would need to employ somebody who knows ticketing, who knows marketing, who knows customer service, who knows. So if you are someone who just sticks to one particular thing, and you claim you've been looking for a job for several years, how do you expect people to employ you? Over 1,000 CVs will be sent together with yours. But ask yourself, why are others picked? And another thing is that the youth always think everything is about who you know. Everything is about getting in touch with politicians to help them. The politicians themselves, they are overburdened with so many requests, with so many CVs and all that. You understand? Try. Me, I always believe in trying that's why I call myself, I'm not lazy. Even if I have to try something and fail, or have to try something and it doesn't work, I'll feel very satisfied for the fact that I've tried. So try things on your own. You may just get it. Don't wait to get somebody who knows somebody to get somebody. They will just throw your thing somewhere. No one has time for anyone anymore. Fight for your own self. Fight for your own self. Whatever be the case, just fight for your own self.
I think this is quite an intriguing, advice to come from such a young lady, Radia Adama Saani, an incredible young lady who is the CEO of Moontouch Travel Ltd. And I entreat every other young man and woman watching her about now to learn from her. I want to be an entrepreneur, not because I've met Radia today, but because it has always been my dream. And I believe that whenever you have a dream and you pursue that dream, nothing is going to stop you except God. And that's why she said, you must always be close to your God. Whatever God you believe in, don't joke with that God. I believe in Allah, and I believe that once there is Allah, and once there is the vision, the perseverance, by all means, I'm going to get there, inshallah. So take some of these things. It's not always about talking about Radia. Someone may sit home and say she's just a young girl, a small girl. Yes, she is. But what she is doing, are you able to do it even at age 50? Ask yourself that question. Are you going to be able to do it at age 33? Ask yourself that question. So let's think about what we can do for ourselves. Let's begin to think outside the box and not just follow white-collar jobs. Until I come your way again next week, that's been me, Abdul-Jalil, but I am a son of Musa Kumo. My crew, I cannot thank you enough because you always make it happen. Thank you so much, Alhaji Razak, the CEO of Sagani TV, for initiating yet another incredible interview. And to everyone at Sagani TV, thank you so much. But for you, the one watching me, I can't thank you enough. Today I have my two most loyal fans with me, Soyini and Ibrahim Tunaye, with me here at Ghana Hotel where we did the filming. Thank you so much. And for Ghana Hotel, we can always say thank you for giving us this particular, hospitality. Come to Ghana Hotel any day, anytime when you are coming to the North or Tamale, and you feel home away from home. On Sunday, inshallah, 5th of July 2020, that is this Sunday coming, my brother and friend Najib Lukman is wedding, and we invite everybody to come to the wedding and celebrate with us. And we'll meet again inshallah next week. Bye bye for now.